I have a strong dislike for traditional motovlogging, and I think I'm finally ready to talk about it. So before I begin, I just want to say it is 2 a.m. on it's officially Thursday now. I have finals next week, and so I just want to put it out there. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, but I still think that this video is very important to talk about because I've been straying away from these topics for a long time. So obviously, elephant in the room, I don't make traditional motovlogging style content, and despite the fact that I've been asked about it countless times, I still refuse to this day. Well, one of the reasons is there's a lot of creators that already do that. It's incredibly easy as a brand new content creator to just buy a GoPro, slap it on your helmet, and go ride like you usually do. And there's tons of content out there. A lot of those videos get tons of views and they're really popular, and that's cool, that's awesome. That reaches to issue number 2, where posting moving content is typically suppressed on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram these days. I don't know if you guys have heard, there's some content creators who've came out, like Jigsaw and Fastlane D. Both of these content creators have come out and talked about their experiences on YouTube and how YouTube is basically killing their content. It suppresses it, takes it down, puts strikes on their pages. And that issue is mainly because of advertisers. Advertisers are the main fuel source on YouTube, and a lot of that is just controlled by advertisers. They don't want that their product being pushed next to that type of content, because let's be real, at the end of the day, it's illegal. To me, riding has always been about the people that you meet, the people that you see all around and hang out with. That to me has been the best part of riding, and to be honest, I think that's kind of what the page has morphed into, just showing that off. So I think it's perfect. I think it worked out. Like, let's be honest. So the videos you guys are going to see today, this was recorded January of 2023. That was this year. I'm sorry, I forgot what year it was for a second. But basically, the first video is going to be me selling my ZXXR for my MC07 that I only really had for a month. And the next video is of me on my 675 riding around downtown in the middle of winter. Yes, the type of content I'm posting right now takes me forever to edit. I don't know if you guys know this, but every single one of those like 1-minute videos that I post on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, each of those videos take about an hour, if not 2 hours to make, 1 to 2 hours. It is incredibly difficult lining up the audio, syncing everything, because I record the audio using a helmet cam and sync that with my 360 cam in post. That is not done live. Everything is done in post, and it takes forever. It's the worst. And making 8-minute long YouTube videos with all of that and like trying to make fresh content, oh my god, it's ridiculous. Motovlogging content is a lot easier to edit because the audio is already synced and the GoPro video just works. So this is why this video can be so long, and you guys can at least try to enjoy that. So I guess what I'm trying to say is what I'm doing actively on social media is hard. Trust me, it is the harder path compared to motovlogging, traditional motovlogging style. As much as I would love to just indulge and make motovlogging content all the time, it's just not what I want to do. And so with that, I think I'm ready to let this go into the video, and I haven't fully edited yet. Right now, I think it's sitting at like 45 minutes, so sit back, grab some popcorn, enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy this old me for a little bit, and I'll catch you guys in the next video in the present. Bye.
Hey, you're just the guy I wanted to see. Well, first of all, I wanted to see how the V2's coming. Oh, is it in the process right now? Damn.
We're going back to look at his bike. I know.
What'd she say? Oh, no, it's fine. I get it's like a work in progress. It's all good. There she is. Lovely. It looks cool, though. I was going to see if you guys still had it out. I was going to take it out for a half hour, but no, yeah, I'm not going to make you guys tear this apart. That would suck. I also, since I was here, I don't expect you to diagnose it, but in your experience, my Triumph right now has no rear brake. I have no idea why. There was nothing there. I don't know if it was, it's been sitting inside this entire time, so I've never like dealt with this issue, but literally nothing. It won't even like sit the bike still. Like it's like not even, it feels like it's connected. There's a little bit of resistance, but like, yeah, I was going to, anyway, you'll see it's pretty dark. No, don't tell me that. I've been pumping it the whole way here. I was like, what the fuck?
I would say flush fluid first.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, I would say it's probably this needs rebuilt, the master cylinder, which is relatively easy.
Okay.
You know,
I'm not opposed to doing that. It's just
yeah. But
pain in the ass.
Start with basics.
Yeah. I distinctly remember it like happening somewhat to my 636 last year. Like did that for a little bit and then it eventually fixed itself.
Yeah.
But now it's like not fixing itself. It worked last time I put this bike away. It was perfect.
There could be a problem up with your ABS pump where it's not pumping fluid through.
Ugh, yeah. That's ASF. That's fine. That's not oil. There are no leaks or anything.
Like I said, start with the basics. Flush the fluid, bleed the system.
Damn.
If that doesn't work, we can go from there.
Alright, yeah, that's fine. I bought brake fluid and everything to do that. I just, that sucks.
It should be an easy fix.
Hopefully. I saw the V2 looks...
Right in the middle of correct screen right now.
No, it's fine. No, you're fine. I'm just trying to get it by the end of the week because Sunday's looking pretty nice too. Wait. I might have to rebuild a master cylinder on this now, so... I always assume the worst. It's not fun. I have the front. Yeah, the front works perfect. That was fine. That gave me a little bit of like plush when I first took it out, but by the time I was down the driveway, it was fine. I don't know what the... I keep it inside. You'd think it would be like perfect next time I take it out, but I guess not. Yeah. Yeah. They're all fucking... I have a hate-love relationship with these fucking things, so... It's a good bike. They're awesome, don't get me wrong, but... no, those are great on a day like this. I usually wear, like, Amazon ones. Those? No, the Amazon ones are great, because they're, like, $10, and they're almost as good as that. Those are good. On a day like this, just need leather. It's not oil. Want to guess what it is? It's not a cleaner, it's, resists this stuff. It's I sprayed it down in the winter because I knew I'd be riding in spring. Basically, it like protects all the metals and it deactivates the salt. It's nice. It's cool. Makes it look shiny too, so that's a little bonus. Anti-rust type stuff, but
yeah.
That's why I was like thinking maybe some got in the brake rotor there, but that doesn't seem to be the issue either. It's just a plain old fucking doesn't want to work.
Just bleed the system out.
Yeah, I'll do that probably either tonight or after the sun goes down, but. Speaking of which, I'm probably going to head to the pier, which you guys should come if you get the chance. Too late? I was going to say, it's going to be nice until like an hour, probably until like 7, and then it's going to get cold, but spring a windbreaker, it'd be fine.
I just put the exhaust on, my bike doesn't have a tune on it.
Alright. What about you, Kylie? You coming out?
Right now?
Well, not right now, in a little bit. Well, real bikers will be out, so don't worry. I got to work on this myself, so. Ugh. Yeah, heard about that. Weird as shit. I saw a bunch of stuff about bikes in Dubai on TikTok lately, so I guess I'm gonna get out of here. I'm meeting up some guys, so I'll see you guys. Take care. Oh shit. Never mind. I got some friends on the way. They just texted me that they already left, so I'll be here. Man, I told this dude 5 o'clock. That time is inaccurate. 5 o'clock. He's not here. 10 minutes past now. Or a break. Gotta remember that. Oh, if I see him. Flip him around, but if not, get the fuck out of here. Not my fault. Didn't show up. Makes sense if he got off either there or there. That would make sense. Why it's taking him so long. I'm like, I mean, I get the dude's on an MT-07, but come on, bro. Have a little hustle in your step. That's a lot of traffic. Oh, I'm gonna do bad things. Woo! Really, bro? Really gonna do that to me? Come on. God, what are you doing, dude? Man, you're an idiot. Thank God I don't get off at 5. Fuck that, man. This looks like a nightmare. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. The people who don't know how to drive. Oh, whatever shall I do? Come on. Well, I've been stuck behind a semi. I'm sticking around for that. God damn. Well, yeah, that's right. I got nowhere to brake. Oh my god, the sun is too bright! What the hell? Oh my god, it's so bright. God, I severely overestimated how cold it was gonna be. This is fine, actually. What about Derek?
What's up?
Were you guys gonna ride with them?
Yeah.
Where are they going?
What?
You guys want to go with them? Do you want to go with them?
I'm going, yeah.
Okay. Dude, you come out for like 5 seconds. They're heading home? What? Fuck that. No, I'm staying here then. It's colder down up here than it is down there. Alright, whatever. Fuck it. I'm taking my shit off. Hold up. I don't have a rear brake.
What?
Come here, look at this. So I'm like a little scared to like go riding with people right now because look at this.
What happened? The cable snap?
What?
Did the cable snap or something, or what?
I don't know. I think I gotta rebuild the master cylinder. So that's fun. Alright, you guys want to follow me? What, the medical gloves?
You're gonna do cleaning right now?
No, this is it helps keep you warm. He wants to go to cycle gear.
Cycle gear.
They close at 7, so we got like an hour. You know where it's at?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. You know where we're going? Just follow me.
Yeah, I'll
follow you. I don't even know. I'm not
Okay.
Are you going by 480 or how?
Huh?
You going by 480?
Yeah, I'm gonna take 480. What?
Yeah.
How bad you need it?
I'm probably like a quarter tank. 2.9 gallons. And it's a 4-gallon tank. I got like a gallon, basically.
Okay.
I got like, there's a Sudoku down there at the flats. Or you can go right down to the BP.
Yeah, let's just go to the BP.
Yeah.
That works. It's a pain in the ass. Come on. The things I do to stay warm, huh?
Nah, never.
Was it James Pumphrey? You guys good? Oh man. What? Ryan said he's coming out at 6 or something? I don't know. No rear brake. Uh-oh. Why test the wreck? Why test it?
I didn't see him.
I didn't see him either. Alright.
I got an FOP car.
Muscle memory. My clutch slipped. The fuck? Oh, I don't know where they went. That's on them. Oh, it's so dystopian. So, alright, you guys ready? You guys all good? Might want to go that way.
That's a 600, right?
Huh? It's a 3-cylinder. 3-cylinder. It's about the same horsepower though. It's not any different. Fuck, it's cold, man. Man, that looks pretty out. Jesus Christ, dude. Dude, his butt's gotta be cold as hell, man. Not to look at that and tell me his butt's not cold. Hey. Woo! Oh, dude, come on. You gotta follow me. Oh, my back is starting to hurt. I'm not made for these bikes anymore. Maybe this time I get a naked. God damn. We lost someone. We lost someone. We lost someone. Oh, we did? Oh, I didn't even see it. Oops. Well, here we are. I'm gonna see if I can get away with keeping my helmet on because I don't want to take off my gloves. Hey man, what's up? Oh, what are you looking for? Oh, chain lube. Do you guys have small containers of chain lube by chance? It's cool if you don't, but
You mean like for sale or?
yeah.
We have like smaller bottles of it back there, but that's about it.
I'm not even sure what I got.
That'd be cool. That's the cleaner, isn't it? Yeah. Oh wait, no, it says chain lubricant. It's just, huh? There you go.
That's cool. That's perfect.
I usually use just for future reference. I use I use this stuff.
Modal's good, but
Yeah. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Honestly, it works.
There's a bunch of different things. There's chain paste, chain wax. They all essentially do the same thing.
Right.
Wax is supposed to fling off less than lubricant. The paste is probably the least used of all of them. And honestly, there's not many companies that even make it anymore. It's very similar to the wax, though.
Alright, that's cool. No, I'll take this.
This stuff gets everywhere. This stuff's like the worst in my opinion.
It's on.
It's on? Awesome. Cool. I did that without singing. That's fucking lit.
First 2 seconds of that video is gonna be a nice fucking.
This is just a dash cam. I'm not gonna post it. Unless the part with Joey, I'm not gonna post any of this. That camera on the other hand. I'm kind of done with YouTube, bro. YouTube's just too hard. I don't like it. Well, it's not that it's too hard. I'm sure if I kept at it, eventually something would take off. But for the amount of work I'm putting into it, especially with everybody getting demonetized these days, it's not even worth it. Better off just doing TikTok and posting merch whenever I can, and I don't know. That's about it. See what Ryan's coming out. I was just curious. Oh shit.
He said he would be at his bike in 30 minutes, so it's not even 30 minutes yet.
Damn. You hungry?
I'm hungry, yeah.
Hey Evan. You hungry?
Thing's a pain in the ass to get on.
You do kind of look a little scrunched in there. Hey, you want to get some? What do you want to get? Chipotle? Figure we get Chipotle at North. There's one right down here. We just sit there, wait for Ryan, hang out for a little bit, ride around, go home. I don't want to be out all night. It's kind of, you know.
Let's run it.
I fucked up a lab to be out here today. Double. You might want to. Yeah. Did you clarify North?
I said the one bicycle gear. So what do you want me to
Tell him North Olmsted Chipotle. Because or else he's gonna end up going to like some fucking Chipotle we don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
That's how like the fucking weird shit starts. But fuck, what happened to my key? Yeah, it did. Oh, it's in my rear pocket.
Oh.
I got it. By the way, I saw your ass crack coming out. I was like, there's no way you're not fucking freezing.
No, it's really not that cold. I'm always hot. So
Oh really?
I like
Dude, I was just like, we're like just getting on 40. I'm like, bro, your ass is like hanging out. It was really funny. Hey, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4. This is a 689, mine's a 675. He's got more CCs than me. You know that? You got more CCs than me.
That's still faster though.
Only after 60. Maybe, can you jam it in more? You're fine. Just up the chest, yeah, keep it tight. No music, just pure noise, baby. I keep forgetting I have no rear brake. That's weird. You didn't have the right of way, but okay. Yo, rev. Good. We got him, okay. I just wanted to make sure he saw us.
When's Ryan coming?
When? I don't know, probably by the time we're done. Yeah, I would take the gear inside. It's not a bad area, but like, it's gonna be warmer inside. You don't want to put on cold gear when you get done. I'm remembering all my tips from last year. I told them to rev so you wouldn't miss us. Come on. All right, cool.
I said we're going anywhere particular. We just riding.
I was thinking,
Ride back towards like downtown area.
yeah, let's do that. We can literally turn right out of here and just go down Lorraine. I'm gonna stay off the highway. That's actually, let's take Brook Park. Let's turn right here, like get back on Brook Park and just take that down super far. That sounds like fun. I just don't want to like, because we literally were on the freeway the entire time. Like I don't want to just hop right back on. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. He has both. Yeah, do you have clear visor?
What?
I assume you have a clear visor, right?
No, this is
What it came with?
Oh, well, yeah, I have one at home.
Oh.
Yeah, but definitely during the summer, it won't be that big of a deal. Right now,
No rear brake. Forgot about that. Woo! Oh, that's where the lights are out. Ooh, what the fuck? But finally I had a guy offer me something that I thought was kind of fair. He wanted to trade me his bike plus some cash on top of it to make it equal value to what I was looking for about 8 grand. It may not be ideal, but to me, in my opinion, as a lower mileage bike, I think it's going to be much easier to sell a cheaper bike than it is going to be to sell this bike. So after waiting so long, I think I've finally just kind of got tired of waiting of trying to sell this thing. Let's get my heated grips on. Now, I don't really plan on keeping this other bike that you guys are going to find out what I'm getting here. I figured I'd go on one last little joyride in the rain here. But yeah, today I wanted to kind of go over like the reasons of kind of why I'm selling this thing. It's not really out of necessity, it's not out of hatred or anything. I've loved this bike. I've rode it for 10,732 miles. And I'm going to be adding on to that briefly here. Yeah, God, see this helmet. I guess it's just something I'm going to have to deal with. It's just I've owned this bike for a year. I put plenty of miles on it, more miles than people typically put on in 5 years. But I think I'm just kind of ready for something new, and I just don't have the money to just hold on to this bike forever. And so I kind of just want to try something different. I'm going fast and, you know, dragging knee and having all sorts of fun. I believe me, I'm going to get plenty of that. It's okay. It's just, I don't need 2 600 Super Sports. It's not really on my list. Plus, in actuality, the full dream, obviously, for every sport biker is to get a 1000. And having 2 bikes is not a great way to save up for a 1000. So we're going to, I have pretty much everything. I've had this listed for sale. I've had my other 600 listed for sale. I'm obviously going to be listing for sale this bike that I'm getting here. I don't plan on keeping that bike forever, but I figured I'll have some time with it before people actually are interested in buying it in the summer. There's raw dog in it, and it's not looking too good. That dude looking at me so weird. I think maybe he's a little confused seeing me out here. He's like, that dude's gonna die on these roads, and I'm like, yeah, probably. I'm running out of time. It's only about 15 minutes until I have to be there, and I almost don't want to let go of it. This bike meant a lot to me. I went from a measly 30,000, I think. Not even. I probably had around 10,000 at that time on TikTok. When I bought this bike, I mainly bought it for TikTok. I had about 30,000, 10,000 followers. I don't remember, somewhere between that number. And it got me all the way up until about 630,000 to where TikTok kind of yapped my views and was like, nope, you're not allowed to post on this platform anymore. What are you doing? So I was just like, whatever. But I do kind of feel like I have a connection to this bike in some respect. I named it, I gave it a name and everything. I named it Ashland. I'm glad I dressed up warm. It's actually not too bad with the heated grips and everything. It's kind of cozy. Conditions weren't so slippery. I would be like, this is perfect. I don't feel too bad. But yeah, when I get to this parking lot, hopefully I'll get a chance to kind of talk about some things I like and dislike about this bike. Or I can talk about it now. That's fine. So obviously something I like about this bike is just the way it makes power. More so than like any R6 or like basically every other 600 besides the 675. This bike makes power much better than every single one of them, just because it has so much more low-end torque than the other 600s. There's no power dips, at least when it's tuned. There's no power dips or anything. There's no, when you gun it on the low end, it's like you don't have to really necessarily wait for the power. It just kind of works. You can kind of just get up to speed wherever you go. If you're on the freeway, you can sit in 6th gear. I could sit in 6th gear now, and I still have enough power to like get up and go, which is nice. It just feels like it has more power. It's not enough power to like get the front end up or anything, but it's certainly enough to have you pass something or get around someone. It's nice. The R6 will not do that. The other 600s will not do that. They just don't have the power behind it. Those other 600s, you have to drop a few gears and then go. And then obviously this is already in this power band anyway. Ooh, I forgot about the air filter. Oops. I'll leave it up to the guy. Probably. I'll text him when I get there. I'll be like, hey, you want me to go grab it? Maybe I should just text him now and just go get it. You know what I mean? Come on, air out of my fucking face. The visor's very fogged up. I wish you guys could see it. It's kind of funny. I know I was forgetting something. Oh well. Something else I like about this bike. Well, a lot of the stuff I enjoy about it are stuff I did to it. I really enjoy the heated grips. I enjoy the steering stabilizer. I enjoy the exhaust. A lot of the stuff I just kind of, you could put it on a different bike anyway and just kind of enjoy it. I like being able to adjust the idle, but I'm not going to do that right now because it's not acting up and I'd rather not mess with it. Ooh, hello. I was like, there's no way he didn't see me. Gotta take it nice and easy. We should honestly be in the middle or like the sides here, because that's where the most amount of traction is going to be. Speaking of traction, this is a 50-mile-an-hour road. The older looking tachometers with the numbers and the actual needle on them. But no, now that I've kind of matured as a rider a little bit, I kind of prefer the screens a little bit better. I'm not going to lie. Just something about having it just looks cleaner, I guess. Not that this doesn't look clean, I just think that the screens look a little bit better. They hold up better in the long run. But that doesn't mean this is a necessarily bad dash. I just prefer the other ones. That just comes down to personal preference. I will say, Triumph has really ruined my perception, to be honest, of this bike. Just because the Triumph is so good, it makes this bike look bad. But compared to other bikes, this AX6R is very good. It's very well put together. It feels better to ride than majority of other bikes out there, at least in my opinion. Compared to the R6s of the world and stuff like that, I prefer this almost every time. However, when it comes down to it, that Triumph is just so good. In the grand scheme of things, I'm still very young when it comes to riding every single motorcycle out there and determining what's the best and what's not. But I would argue that this is up there. This is up there with some of them. But you gotta be careful here in a parking lot. You never know when someone can just come flying out of the corner just like that. Alright, let's text the guy that I'm here and see if he wants me to run home and grab that oil filter that I left at home. But that's gonna be up to him. So the guy said he doesn't care about the oil filter, so I guess I'm just waiting here for him then. That's alright with me. I was kind of hoping to get one more little ride out of her, but that's probably for the best, because you never know what could happen in that 15 minutes that I go there and back. But meanwhile, I have all these people kind of looking at me as they go by. I saw that. Not every day I get to see. I can't imagine there's too many motorcyclists out here today, so maybe I should feel a little bit special. Finishing up on things I kind of don't like about this bike, I wanted to talk about the cheap plastics. If you're looking at getting one of these bikes for yourself, especially with how cheap, I mean, you can just see just how cheap some of these plastics are. It's kind of disgusting how Kawasaki treats this, but I mean, even the ZX-10 kind of suffers from suffers from some quality control issues, like how this seat moves. Both the seats kind of jiggle around. Other bikes like the R6 in the same category, I get like the R6 is discontinued, but this was competing with the R6. The R6 has a lot. The R6 is a lot more well put together. I will say has much better quality plastics than this. It's kind of a shame, actually. I mean, like everything, if you touch it, it moves on this bike, which really is kind of a bummer. This bike will still do the same speeds, if not more speeds, than the R6, but so it's not really as a concern for performance. But just out of what you're paying for what you get, this should be. I mean, come on, Kawasaki. Cannot say I'm a big fan of that, but and from the factory, these stupid incandescent turn signals. From the factory, they're on the rear too, but I actually replaced it with a tail light, as you can see. But the front ones come like that, and those are a lot harder to replace than the rear ones, so I just never got around to it. But that is such a shame that Kawasaki puts incandescents, especially when they have LED headlights. They don't put LED turn signals. Man, this bike is filthy. I literally just cleaned it too. That is such a shame. No sign of this guy yet. And I think one last thing that's kind of weird from the factory that Kawasaki does about this bike is the rear sprocket. Now, as you can see, this is not the same factory rear sprocket. It's the factory chain, but very early on into its life, I could just tell about this bike. The rear sprocket from the factory is too big. It's one size too big, in my opinion. From the factory, I believe this bike comes with a 33 size sprocket on the back. But swapping it out for a 32, you could squeeze a few more miles an hour out of the top speed. This bike hits limiter in 6th gear very quickly. And so swapping out, if you own one of these bikes, or if you're thinking about getting it, you're not going to give up, you're not going to be sacrificing too much performance in terms of acceleration, but you're going to be getting a lot more top end, which is very helpful. Oh boy, I am going to miss this thing dearly. But so a few things I do love about this bike. I kind of forgot to mention a few things I love. The look of those headers, and let's be real. Obviously, I already did say the power of this bike. The 636 engine compared to other 600s, this bike is fantastic when it comes to that. The price of this bike, I think for $10,000 of when I bought it, I know it's kind of increased since then. I don't really know what it's priced at now, but I do know when I bought it for 10 grand, you're getting 130 horsepower, at least at the crank, and then after some power mods, you can kind of put that down to the wheel. That's pretty good, in my opinion. For 10 grand brand new, that is fantastic, in my opinion. And for some cheap power mods, if you're not worried about a steering stabilizer, just air filter tune, and an exhaust, a cheap exhaust, for 11 grand, that's 130 to the wheel. That's pretty good, in my opinion. You'd be hard-pressed to find a bike that sounds this good, that has that much power for that cheap. So that's personally why I kind of like it. Oh, and it looks like he's here. Let's go. This guy came a long way. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off now, just respect his own privacy. Plus not give away too much of the deal here, but oh, it looks like a good looking bike too. Alright, sweet. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so I just got done with the sale. Everything went pretty smoothly, I think. But here's the new addition to the collection. It's a 2018 MT-07. I wouldn't really call it a collection, but it's the new little temporary addition to what I have going on. It's a 2018 MT-07. So I actually adore these bikes. I think these bikes are freaking awesome. So I'm a huge fan of the MT-07. I have been for a very long time. I've just personally never owned one. Ever since I got to ride my buddies that I rode home for him last year, I want to say. Sometime last year. Actually, 2 years ago now, because brand new year. 2023 now, wow. And these bikes are a freaking riot to drive. They are super comfortable. They're not great at high speeds or with the wind, but they're super maneuverable for what they are. The engine, while only about 70 horsepower, feels like it has a lot more horsepower than what it actually does. And they're just super fun bikes. They take 87 gas, really cheap to insure. These things are awesome. Now this bike has ABS. I mean, it has the whole thing going on for it, which is fantastic too. This is one of the best beginner bikes, I would argue, of all time. Woohoo! For that reason. It has enough power, not for you to get in trouble, but just enough power for you to have fun. And it pops and burbles. I mean, look at this thing. It truly does. This thing knows how to have fun. I am definitely already missing my heated grips. This is my first time actually owning a 650, which is kind of weird to say. I've always either owned weaker bikes like 300s or 600s or 600s. I've never had like one of these weird in the middle 650s before. Mainly because I was against basically everything in the class except for this bike. For $6,000 used, what you can get this bike for, she's pretty dirty, but this is, I would argue, a pretty clean example. Once you clean it up a little bit, below 10,000 miles, everything looks good, man. Already has a couple of mods on it, already has that exhaust on it, which is obviously much appreciated. This is a very good sounding bike once you open it up. But you guys will hear it right now. And these bikes obviously have enough power to wheelie. I'm not going to do that right now with the rain and the water, but it's fun, man. It's just got tons of power. It does exactly what you want it to do. Look at that, I'm in 6th gear. It's got more power in 6th gear than what my ZX6R had. Very well balanced bike. I don't feel like I'm getting speed wobble. It just works. No, obviously this isn't as sporty as like the R7, but like I said, that's why I have my other Super Sport at home. This is for something like if I want to commute to school, or if I want to just go for a ride on something I know that's extremely reliable, because these bikes are known for that reliability. If I want to go on a ride for something extremely reliable, fun, cheap, because this bike is only a 2-cylinder, it gets great gas mileage, only takes a little bit of oil, and is not as expensive to maintain as something like a 600 Super Sport is. These bikes make sense. However, you don't get the same feeling as the 600 Super Sport, which is why I have another one at home, which is fine. I don't think that this is a forever bike, but it's got plenty of power. Let's be real. She do. There's a lot of wind coming at me, and it's pretty cold out too, so I'm not exactly a huge fan of that. But I mean, we're doing freeway speeds, and it's pretty comfortable. It's just handling it. It's doing just fine. In fact, we have plenty of room left in the RPM range if we want to do something more. Like that. Like, it's fine. By the way, this is like a 50-mile-an-hour road, so don't worry about it. I'm hardly even doing anything wrong right now. It's totally fine. Oh, that noise too. This little twin has a lot of impact to it, man. I'm telling you. Fun bike. It's a fun bike. So I was gonna go all the way to my school, but it's probably still closed because of break. So I don't think I'm gonna go all the way there. I'm probably just gonna turn right, left, whatever here. Because this is something I would like take to school. This is like what it's meant to do. It's meant to commute. It's meant to be the best commuter in its class. Or just period. But I saw a nice little dry patch. I couldn't get it up, but I don't think I was giving it enough power. I kind of haven't learned. And watch this. Come to stop. ABS. ABS, bro. ABS is such a must-have, especially on a beginner bike. Because I remember my first bike, I didn't know how to brake, and I had a guy pull out in front of me. I was going like 70. He was honestly like, as far as that second light is, a guy pulled out in front of me. I was doing about 70 about here, and I like panic braked. I grabbed a fistful of front brake, and I speed wobbled. It was terrifying. Oh my goodness! Make sure there's no cops behind me. Oh man, you're still like the fastest thing on the road, or close to it. All right, slow down for the school zone. Look at that, nice and quiet. Oh, it's so perfect. Like the bike, it's so good. As a street bike, this is one of the best street bikes you could ever buy. Seriously, I implore you to look up MT-07s for sale in your area and just think about it. I don't know if he was trying to get me to do something, but I don't know if he was like being like, oh, you're too loud, or I can never tell. Slows down perfect. It just does everything good, but at speeds where it's not going to kill you. You can keep up with all your 600 Super Sport buddies while spending half the amount that they spend in gas the entire way while doing it. And insurance too. Insurance on these are pretty cheap. Yamaha just knows how to make a good bike, man. Very well put together for how much it costs. Definitely needs some love. She's got water spots all over it, and she's going to be dirty after riding in this, but this is great. Oh, you can just clutchless downshift too, no problem. It's actually smoother than most of my 600s. What? That's crazy. And this is what this bike is meant to do. It's meant to just cruise around town and have a good time. It's good for that. It feels comfortable. Like, it oddly is weird feeling this comfortable on a bike as well. It was kind of weird, like stepping on it, like going directly from a Super Sport to this, but it's fine. It kind of works. I will say the plastics on this are slightly higher quality than the ZX6Rs were. There's not much of them, but the plastics that are here are pretty well put together. At least they don't like move when you push on them. At least not as much. Yeah, that's pretty solid, man. Oh, hey. Hey, there we are. Yeah, it's a good looking bike, man. Very well put together. Very spongy, I will say, though. But that's okay. You're not really dragging knee on this anyway. If you expect to, good luck with that. I would recommend you get like an R7 or something, because that's basically what this bike is, but just a little bit more comfortable on the road. Now, I'm not usually the biggest fan of nakeds. I don't think that bikes like the M210 or the F09 make a ton of sense, but this to me is like one of the only naked bikes that make a ton of sense. Just with the power it has, with this spongy of suspension. This spongy of suspension only works on a bike with this much power. This is definitely the right way to do that. It also feels kind of weird. Like, it's just nice to switch up the bikes every once in a while. Even though, yeah, this definitely doesn't have as much power as the ZX6R. I already get it. In the comments, people are gonna be like, oh, why'd you take that? That's not a fair trade. I also got like a bunch of cash on top of it, so I'm not gonna say exactly how much, but it's plenty. It makes it pretty even, in my opinion. And I love having a bike with ABS. You can just brake without having any fear. I gotta just take this mirror off. This mirror is just in my way. I was a little bit used to the Triumph there for a little bit, where it's so quiet and just kind of stealth your way through everything. Ooh, okay. That definitely came out of nowhere. I'm sorry. I couldn't stop fully in time. It just makes so much ridiculous noise and just craziness just in traffic, which is wild to me. I mean, like, you do so much, you move, you at least feel like you're moving so fast, but you're like in traffic and like not even barely breaking the law at that. You can get away with so much on this and be just fine. Granted, you're not really going to be able to keep up with your buddies on bigger bikes like 1000s and such like that, especially on the freeway, which the majority of what bike nights are these days are just people going super fast on freeways. You're not gonna have a good time trying to keep up with that. But if you don't have any biker buddies yet, and you're just going out for their first time on your first bike, you just need something to start on that you don't want to get bored of within a day or a week, this is perfect. This is one of the best freaking things ever. I feel like this bike makes you feel like such a good boy too. This bike doesn't beg you to weave through traffic or do anything crazy. It wants you to respect the law. It does. But it wants you to have fun while doing it. And that's why I think it's so good for a beginner. I do notice this bike is getting a little hot for the temperature. It's at 178 right now, Fahrenheit, which is like what my bike would be at in the middle of summer at speed. That's what this bike is reading, literally just straight out of the box. So definitely probably checking the coolant situation. The brakes feel good, but as a used bike, you always got to double check everything, I should say. I'm definitely going to change the oil, give it a nice thorough wash. Some dirt right there. That did not look too good. Sorry. I swear, I'm keeping it down. Residential areas, you don't want to go in too fast. Ever. Let's be real, guys. And luckily this bike isn't begging me to go fast in residential areas anyway, which is nice. It's a nice little change of pace here. You know, it's nice and quiet, you know, when you're not accelerating. When you're not brutally accelerating. It's quite nice. It's a very pleasant bike to ride. My hands are getting cold, so we're going to be heading home here shortly.